So this behind me is my new hamster cage, and I've put it together finally, and I just thought I'd kind of give an honest review. Um, it was certainly not the easiest thing I've built. In the instructions it says that you should use this little plastic thing to push all of the rubber gaskets down. So there are sort of rubber gaskets in here that are already in these metal bits, top and bottom. And if I hadn't done that, it would have been a nightmare. So that I would say, if you get one of these, follow that step. The instructions say it takes 2 people to put it together. Hands down agree. It did take 2 of us to do. The front and the back panels are still quite bendy, you know, they're not very sort of stable to my mind, but I think once the bedding's in there it'll have a little bit more structure to it. I'm still glad I got this cage over a different one. Maybe putting the front, back and side pieces in was relatively easy. Maybe took me sort of like 30 minutes to get to that point, and I needed help from someone to put these panels in, like in a way that was straight down. Getting the top on was a nightmare because the cage wasn't really like that square, so I had to like jimmy one of the corners in to get it to go, and I thought it was going to break. Like at one point I was sat on the floor thinking, how am I going to send this back? So it was a nightmare to put together, but now that it is together, I really like it. There was one missing part and I emailed Bucastate and they sent it to me, so I can't really argue with that. Although I think if I had bought this to replace like a cage I already had, that might have been sort of a bit of a problem. But all in all, I think I'd probably give it 4 out of 5 stars, purely because there's no other like sort of cages that are this size and this kind of well thought out. Like having a top and a side opening is great. Having played with it a little bit, there's no part of that cage that I can't get to. So it's going to be really easy for cleaning and stuff. So yeah, I'd say if you're thinking of getting one, it's definitely a good investment, but follow the instructions.